Are you an apple shape, struggling with how to dress your apple shaped body? Are you looking for some outfit inspiration, some tips and idea on not only how to look good, but also feel good in your outfits, but more importantly in your body shape? Well, you have landed at the right place. My name is Marleen. I'm a personal stylist, but more importantly, I'm a fellow apple shape. I know the struggles of having the apple shaped body. I have learned from the ground up how to dress a body shape. And in today's video, I'm going to talk you through my perfect outfit formula, and I'm going to show you loads of tips and tricks along the way, and I'm going to show you a ton of outfit inspiration. So when you finish with this video, you will know exactly how to dress and feel good in your outfits. Let's get stuck into it. As I said, I am a fellow apple shape, but I am also a personal stylist. And in my own desperation to learn how to dress my body shape, I have figured out the perfect outfit formula that works for all of us apple shapes. This formula is the ultimate guide for us apple shapes, but it is a guide. That is the key. Use it as a starting point, as a baseline, use it as that foundation, and then you can build your outfits around it. But the formula looks like this. The outfit formula is very simple, and it always starts with the perfect bottom halves. The perfect bottom halves for an apple shapes are wide leg trousers, wide leg jeans, wide leg shorts, an A-line skirt or an A-line dress. The formula carries on with a fitted top and then a layer if you need. Very, very basic and very, very simple. Can you see how much scope there is for you to play around? This video is going to be a little bit slow and steady. We're just going to build the outfits together, but I want to show you how I built the outfits so that you understand the process that goes through it, because this is not just a case of me popping on an outfit and then you look fantastic, because any stylist can do that, but it's actually having and growing that confidence so you know that you have the foundation in order so you can build the outfits even when the video is finished. I always start my formula with my bottom halves, and I do this for one reason and one reason only. As a fellow apple shape, my pain point, my insecurity is my tummy. And when I get dressed, if I hide my tummy, I can have fun with the rest of my outfit. A lot of people always tell me I'm very brave when I do this, but I don't think it's brave when I do this. It is simply just me accepting this is how I look, and if I can help somebody else feel good about their body shape, then I'm happy to do this. This is me. Yes, I am wearing shapewear, but this is me. I am all tummy, as you can tell. I have a B belly. It's held in place with my shapewear, but I'm all tummy, I'm all chest, and I'm very flat on my backside. This is me. And I have accepted that this is my body shape, that there's nothing I can do about it, because even if I lost all the weight that I should be losing, I'd still be an apple shape. That's never going to change. I am simply just accepting that this is me, and then I have learned to dress my body shape to give me the silhouette that I personally think looks the best. And that is the basis of my formula, and that is why I always start with the bottom half when I create outfits. It is finally time to start building some outfits. So I've stripped down because I really want you to see the process. We're starting off with the wide leg trousers. Now the wide leg trousers have the magical aspect that they put us apple shapes into balance and proportion. Us apple shapes have fantastic legs. They are often the slimmest part on our body. This means that us apple shapes are what is called top heavy. Because we carry our weight at the top, we are top heavy. Someone who is a pear shape and carry their weight on their backside, the hips and the thighs would be what is called bottom heavy. Now, the whole point of a good outfit is to create balance. You need the top half and the bottom half to match, creating the hourglass figure. We do this by adding bulk where we don't have bulk and keep it streamlined where we do have bulk. And that is why the wide leg trousers are such a fantastic start for us apple shapes. Next, we add a fitted top. And the reason I say fitted top is, as I said before, because we're adding the bulk where we don't have bulk. We need something streamlined on the other half of our body. Now, I now have a fitted t-shirt on and I have the wide leg trousers on. And this is where things for many people just stop, because they're thinking, right, okay, I have a fitted top on, I have the wide leg trousers on, I have no tummy. Okay, I'm done. And then they're still wondering why the outfit doesn't come together. And this is where the style elements come in. Because the outfit as such, not only has it taken the rule of third out, it also emphasizes the fact that I am a rectangular apple shape. I don't have much of a waist. And because I have now hidden all the curves that I have, even in this fitted top, it just looks out of proportion. It looks out of balance. And this is the key for us apple shapes. We need to create a waist. And this is why we talk about tops. And I know many of you are going to say to me, Marleen, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I won't tuck the tops. And bottom line is, I can't force you if you don't want to. Equally, if you want to wear skinny jeans and leggings and you point blank refuse to wear wide leg trousers, okay. There's not a darn thing I can do about it, and nor will I, because this has to come from you wanting a change in your wardrobe and not from me telling you what to do. Any stylist can do that, but someone who truly understands what it's like to be in an apple shape understands the pitfalls, and I do. This is the hardest part of the outfit, tugging in your top, because all of a sudden our safety net has been taken away. We used to just hide that tummy with big oversized hoodies and baggy t-shirt and tunic tops, remember? But that's the aspect we no longer want. Instead, we're going to be brave, we're going to tuck in the top, and we're going to take it a step further because we're going to add the belt. Oh, before I add the belt, can you just see how in much more proportion and balance I look now? I actually already look as if I have a waist, simply just by tucking in my top. Can you see the difference? It's amazing, isn't it? But the belt. Now, I don't actually add the belt because I need to hold up my trousers. My trousers sit where they're supposed to because I have found the proper fit. I add the belt for one reason and one reason only. And if belts are not for you, you don't like physically wearing them, you can actually use a brooch instead. But I add the belt because I want the belt buckle. Now, when you look at my outfit with the belt on, all of a sudden, where does your eye land on my outfit? Your eye is attracted to my belt buckle. It's because your eye will land on where it's blingy, where it's sparkly, where it's bright, and where it's light. Meaning your eye will land on my belt buckle, and then it will travel up my t-shirt and up to my face. And when I'm talking to someone, I want the attention on my face. I don't particularly want the attention everywhere else. I want you to see my outfit, but I want your eyes to land at my face. So that is the first style element. That is basically the outfit in a nutshell. Now, a little side tip, if you're really struggling with tucking in, start with a French tuck. I still want you to add the belt. I still want you to tug in your top, but I want you just to tug in the front of the top. And then I want you to take the rest of the top and just kind of curl it up behind a little bit. And that looks something like this. It's still a little bit boxy compared to having it fully tucked in, but we are still showing off the belt buckle. We are just not showing as much of the body. It's a little bit more casual, a little bit more relaxed. And it's a great first step if you are really struggling with tucking in your top. So just keep that in mind. Now, the fitted top, should I just say, should sit snug to the body. It should not sit tight. It should not be uncomfortable in any way. It's okay, there's a little bit of extra material here that just adds to the style element. You can go completely slim fitted if you prefer. It's completely up to you. You can go for a button down. You can go for a basic t-shirt. You can go for a cami top. There's so many variations of tops that you can play with. And as always, yes, a V-neck is definitely the best one for us apple shape because it'll break up a more rounded torso. Horizontal stripes may also not be the best element, but the beauty of this style formula is that it focuses on our biggest pain point, as in hiding the tummy, and then we can play with the rest of the outfit. For me, I'm always cold, I prefer a higher neck, and I love myself a good stripe, so I don't really care if my chest area looks a little bit bigger. But that is the style aspect of this formula. We can truly play around with whichever style and whichever silhouette that we prefer. Now that we have the basic outfit in place and I've decided not to add a layer to this outfit, it is time for the finishing touches. And that includes your shoes, your bag, and all your jewelry, as well as your belt. We've already started with the belt, which I decided to harmonize with my trousers in the same color, which is why I've decided to go for shoes in the same color, but the interest comes in that weave, so they stand out a little bit. Now, more importantly, they are flat, but also they have that pointy toe. These are not completely pointy, but a pointy toe is actually very nice on an apple shape because not only do they poke out underneath the wide leg trousers, they also help elongate our feet and also will make us look a little bit taller. I am an earring person before I am any other kind of accessory person. I prefer a statement earring over a necklace or a bracelet. I have gone for pearl rings to match the pearl in my earring, and I've chosen pearl because color-wise it goes really well. Now, the base of the rings as well as the earrings is gold, which also matches the gold on my belt buckle. So can you see how everything's starting to harmonize together? The last aspect is my handbag, and I can go two ways on this. I have picked a little clutch bag, a bit of a slouchy clutch bag. I just think that's a really, really nice offset to the more structured look. But I can go for the chocolate brown that matches the shoes and the belt, like such. Or I can go for something that will stand out a little bit more. I have the same kind of style of a bag, just in nude, so it gives a little bit of a contrast. It is a complete personal preference what you like, whichever way you want to go with your outfit. That is completely up to you. I prefer the chocolate brown, but I love when everything kind of goes matchy-matchy, and it also allows my belt and my t-shirt to do the talking before I draw your attention up to my face. Can you see that? So this is our first outfit. It is very, very basic. It is very, very simple. It is simply just letting the pieces do the talking, hide what I don't want anybody to see, and then the accessories kind of make that statement, so it's an outfit that really, really stand out, and there's no tummy in sight. For our second outfit, for the second perfect bottom halves, we're going for the wide leg jeans. The wide leg jeans do the exact same job as the wide leg trousers. They skim perfectly over the tummy, as well as adding the bulk on our bottom half, putting us into balance and proportions with our bigger top half. For our top half, this time I'm going for a little satin cami top, and this one has the added bonus of being sewn in to look as if I have a bit of a waist. If you are not quite ready to tuck in yet, look for pieces that has a waist sewn into it, because it will add a little bit more balance and proportion to your outfit until you're ready to tuck in. Again, you can always give it a little French tuck if you prefer. It just looks a little bit more casual, a little bit more relaxed, which is perfect with the jeans. But because I'm adding a layer, I am actually going to give it a full tuck again. This time I've decided to add a blazer, and my blazer is a little bit lighter in color than my satin top. It's also very plain and basic, as are the dark wash jeans. I want to let the cami top, even though it's just poking out of my blazers, I want to let the cami top do the talking. I have rolled the sleeves on my blazer up equally. I'm pulling them up a little bit just for that added style aspect of it. It just looks a little bit more chic and put together when you have the sleeves pulled up. I once again want to add a belt, and I'm a little bit in doubt of which belt to add to this. So I went into my wardrobe and I got 4 different belts. This is what I want to wear, and I should add my shoes. My shoes again are a flat pair of little ballerina pumps. These one again with the pointed toes. And I purposely have chose them in the same color as my jacket, because I don't actually have a pair of navy ballerina flats, which would just have melted into the outfit. So instead, I'm choosing to make them a little bit more of a statement. Once you see the shoes, you might understand my belt dilemma. Do I want to go bright white? I could go kind of grey, which kind of melts in nicely, but it's a very thin belt. I have this greyish, greenish colour, which I quite like. Or I pulled in my navy belt as well, which will just disappear. Yes, it's got to be the navy one for me. Now I really want to rethink my shoes, because I'm not sure I'm loving the shoe situation. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm actually going to go black. Black, because it's the closest I can get to the navy. It is a bit more harmonious and relaxed on the eye. And I would absolutely prefer to have a pair of navy ones, but I don't have them. So I'm going to stick to the black because it just blends seemingly into the outfit. And I think most people aren't going to notice that they're black versus the very dark navy. So that's what I'm going to do. So now we just need a bag and some jewellery. For jewellery, I am going for a gold earring. These ones are a little square metal kind of thingy. I just like that little bit of structure, which mirrors itself in my belt buckle. And then again, I'm going to wear a couple of gold rings just for a little bit of sparkle. These ones are kind of minimalistic, but I quite like that there's a little bit of texture there on my hands. I just changed my mind. I went in to get my bag and I looked at what bags do I have, and I do have a navy little clutch thing, but I actually decided to make the black a feature. So I went in and I picked up a black handbag to go with the black shoes, and then I went and got a black belt instead, because now all of a sudden the black is going to look intentional, because I am mixing and matching the pieces throughout the outfit instead of just keeping it isolated to the shoes. Again, I picked a belt that have a bit of a buckle that is visible, so it matches the gold in my earrings and my rings, as well as the gold on my handbag. And now all of a sudden the outfit has come together. It looks intentional with the different colors going on together, but it's the whole process of simply just playing around with the pieces that you have in your wardrobe, using the formula as your base point, just as the starting point, and then using your building blocks, the rest of your outfits, the rest of the pieces in your wardrobe to build those perfect outfits that works just for your style. Right, the hair has been tied back because that's annoying me. But for my third outfit, we are going for the wide leg shorts, and the wide leg shorts work just like the wide leg trousers and the wide leg jeans. They skim beautifully over the tummy, hiding that tummy away. They add that volume down below and giving us the chance to play around with the balance and proportion with the rest of the outfit. These are Bermuda shorts, so they are a little bit on the longer side, but the length of the short is completely up to you. I have once again chosen a satin top simply because I love the play of the different fabrics. If you live somewhere where it's really, really hot, a satin cami top probably wouldn't be the best for you, but you can go for something that works for your climate. I just want you to see the silhouettes of the clothes. Before I talk in this top, I want you just to see the different silhouettes with the shorts versus the rest of the outfit. And as you can see, my legs look very, very different. And that is something to take into account, especially when you're putting the finished outfit together once we add the shoes. It can look a little bit more stumpy when you're wearing shorts, especially when I have chosen like a Bermuda short like this. If I had gone for something that was a little bit shorter, it would give me a completely different silhouette. The length of the short is completely up to you. But notice the difference of the balance and proportions the minute I tuck in my top, because all of a sudden I have raised my waist up a little bit, and it actually makes my legs look a little bit longer because the shorts are longer. I have gone for a belt that works with the colors. So I have gone for a chocolate brown because it looks beautiful up against the chocolate of the shorts. So once again, it just gives us that harmonious look to it. But again, we have the belt buckle that kind of stands out in the outfit, which is fantastic. Now I'm going to skip straight to the shoes on this outfit. And all summer I have been wearing these little weaved flats. They're simply just so comfortable. And again, they have the same color as my belt. So it just kind of harmonizes my outfit a little bit. Now, the reason I didn't add the jacket straight away before I added the accessories or began the accessories is because I have a blazer that matches these shorts. This jacket looks fantastic on its own, either with jeans or trousers or whatever. I love the fact it has the short sleeve and it comes with a matching belt, but it looks fantastic open, and this follows the formula to a T, only with shorts. I still have my focal point right here. The eye travels up through the satin and up to my face. The eye also travels down to my leg, but this is where the outfit gets grounded with the darker shoe. I love this outfit, and there is no tummy in sight. As I said though, this jacket comes with a matching belt, and this is where it's fun to play around with the different silhouettes. Now, if I'm wearing a belt on the outside, I wouldn't be wearing a belt on the inside, but just for handiness and for quickness, I am going to close up this jacket. Already there, can you see the different silhouette it just gave me simply by closing the jacket? Can you see that? It's the tiniest little details that makes all the difference. But as I say, this jacket has the matching belt. Now, the belt buckle on this jacket is the exact same color as the blazer. So I could absolutely take the belt I'm wearing underneath and add if I want to. The belt buckle will, however, stand out a little bit more, as will the belt on the side view, which is why I like having the same color of a belt. Now, can you see again how much the silhouette has changed? By simply adding the belt to my waist, because it's the same color, it just kind of melts in. You don't really notice that it's there, except from the front when it gives me that illusion of a waist. Isn't this fab? So even though the jacket is longer and the rule of third has moved about, it is still in place because I am wearing the belt over the closed blazer. Do you see that? Now, to finish this outfit, we should just have some jewelry. I decided to go all out with a bigger hoop and a couple of really big rings. And for my handbag, I've gone for my River Island little bag with a little bag charm on it that matches the shoes, once again harmonizing the whole outfit. I have been wearing this outfit all summer. I have worn it so many times with different cami tops underneath. And I simply just love the silhouette of this outfit. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and it just goes to show you can absolutely wear the shorter pieces. We can still show off our legs, even as apple shapes. We can still look in balance and proportion and look amazing. For those apple shapes who really want to show off their legs but still hide the tummy, the A-line skirt in outfit number 4 is what is the perfect piece. An A-line skirt is basically a skirt that goes in at the waist and then it's wider going out to the side. So you can see it literally looks like an A. Once again, the length of the skirt is completely up to you, just like with the shorts. But the A-line skirt once again allow us to put our body into balance and proportion while still hiding the tummy. And this time you get to show off your legs as well. This outfit was supposed to look like this. I had intended to add this little pink t-shirt with the short sleeve just to show you the balance and proportion, and also that the tightness of the top, because this top was completely tight, works really, really well with the voluminous skirt. However, for some reason, the lighting today made that top look extremely see-through and I couldn't really save the outfit for today. But anyway, we pivoted and I have come up with this outfit instead. This outfit is a little bit different than my usual style. It's a little bit edgier and a little bit more fun, but it really, really shows off the skirt to its best. And this is why I love A-line skirts so much. I am just standing here. There is no tummy in sight. It is just skimming beautiful. It is adding the volume down the bottom that I need so I don't look top heavy. But this tank top, I've had it in my wardrobe forever. It is because there's this silver chain on it. It is plastic, so it's not heavy, but it's just something completely different, a little bit more edgy, and I rarely wear silver. I'm a gold girly. So I thought, would that work with the white skirt? And I thought, that looks fab. Now, just to warm up the outfit a little bit, I went in and I pulled out these big, fabulous earrings. That is a real contrast to the silver chain. But what I love the most is I actually have a little heel in the exact same yellow color. I have worn these heels many times, but never together with this skirt. And I just love the outfit. It is fun, it is girly, and yet it's still a little bit edgy. A combination I have never even thought of before. And it's just up my street, and yet it's so different. I should try some rings. I don't have any rings that could match because I don't really wear silver very often. The skirt, it is stunning. It has pockets, it is voluminous, and it is a fantastic piece for us apple shapes. No tummy inside, adding the balance and proportions, and has allowed me to find a new combination in my wardrobe that is fun, a little bit edgy, just a little bit different. But this is why I show you the process of making the outfits, because it's in the process that we come up with new ideas and are really able to make the most of the pieces that we have in our wardrobe. A yellow belt would be fun on this outfit as well. I don't have a yellow belt, but it's something for me to keep an eye out for. I am obsessed with this outfit. I'm so glad that the other outfit didn't work out today. Outfit number 5, and the last one on our list, is the A-line dress. And it is seriously the easiest garment for us apple shapes to wear, because once you know what to look out for in a dress for an apple shape, it is so simple. It is one piece and you're good to go. An A-line dress is just like the A-line skirt. It has that A of a skirt. It is that part that hides the tummy. There is, of course, other aspects to look out for when you are choosing a dress, and that is, once again, that you have the waist defined and how does it sit on the rest. This one, it has a few sneak peeks here at the chest areas, and then it have these big bows. Again, I love myself a round neck. I know the V-neck is a better look for us, but I love a round neck. This one has a little sleeve as well, which does make me a little bit broader at the top half. But again, I am okay with this silhouette because the dress hides my tummy. This dress is on the shorter side, which I personally love as well, because I really get to show off my pins. And it doesn't take very much to finish this dress as an outfit. I would simply just add a pump, some pearl accessories, and finish off with my latest purchase in my handbag collection. Her name is Jackie. She was thrifted on my holiday in Denmark, and she definitely comes from a home of an elderly lady. She smells of old lady. She needs a good clean, but she's 100% leather. She is vintage. God knows when she's from, but I love her, and she matches perfectly with my little black pump. A dress is a very simple outfit, no matter your shape. It is literally one piece and you are good to go. And the best part about a dress is that once you have the perfect shape for you, you can replicate that in any variety that you prefer. I know now that once I have a dress that cinches in my waist and has that A-line, I can allow myself to play around with the rest of the silhouettes and simply just have fun. A dress is a very, very easy piece, as I say, not just for apple shape, but for all shapes. And I'm obsessed with this little dress. I think it's adorable. I really, really do. But this is all the outfits that I have for today. I hope I have managed to explain everything and why I choose everything and the process of putting everything together. I hope I managed to convey that message so you can now go into your wardrobe with a bit more confidence and try to put outfits together. Please remember that as long as you are comfortable, that is the most important thing. Style is an element we can work on, but if you are not comfortable in your outfit, you're going to be fidgeting with it all day. You're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to be aware of your outfit all day long, and it's going to ruin your day. But that is it for today. If you made it this far and sat through the ads, thank you so much, because that's how you're helping my channel. Will you do me one last favor for today and leave me a black heart in the comments? The heart is simply just to tell me and the algorithm that you enjoyed my content enough to stay to the end. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.